Hey guys, and welcome back to another video, and today we are back for episode 3 of my Minecraft world. As you may notice, there's been a few changes since the last episode. I've made the whole front of the castle look a bit prettier and finished off the main street as I said I would. And now I'm moving on to the first ride in the park. At last 3 episodes in, we're finally building a ride. This is gonna be it's sort of the answer to my question last time, what should I do with the castle? I'm building a dark ride in it, but I'm also keeping it open for a visitor attraction, so I'm sort of doing both. The suggestions were to leave it as a visitor attraction where people can come in and look around, or to turn it into a dungeons like dark ride, and in the end I thought, you know what, I'll go for both. So the whole walls area and like the turrets at the side that you can go up, so that's like the visitor attraction part, and then there's the dungeons ride underneath in the basement area where the dungeon would actually be. And I know I'm calling it a dungeons like ride. It's not like the actual Merlin dungeons where it's like educational. It is literally just a dark ride, and you'll see at the end when I'm finished. It follows a sort of storyline. There will be a POV at the end of this episode as well that you can watch, so of course stick around for that. And don't be one of them people that skips to it. So now I'm just doing the main infrastructure. I do get to doing the actual proper theming soon, so don't worry. We are on a sort of shorter episode than normal. Not really a reason for it. Just didn't need as much time to do the attraction, and I thought it'd be silly to start any other projects in the time I had remaining. So it's only a 10-minute episode this week. We're just slowly but surely building in the walls and the rooms and the floor. It's a bit of a tedious process, this one, without anything to help me, but it's one that's got to be done because having a load of grass or a load of dirt walls doesn't really look as appealing, especially not seeing as this is supposed to be a dungeon. I mean, I suppose the dirt maybe makes it look old, which is what I'm going for, an old sort of dungeon here. But you know, whatever. You'll also notice in the top right hand corner as well, I'm using an effect to help me build this. I just do that because I like to be able to see. It's just night vision. And then when it comes to putting the finishing touches in, I'll clear that and do the lighting. I like to work that way, like do the lighting of dark rides and stuff at the end. We're just finally now finishing off the walls, and then soon we'll be able to start with the theming, and that's where things start to get interesting. That's where the ride really starts to take shape, when we get on to the theming. So plans for the future for this park. I've off camera got myself ready for next episode, and I can tease next episode. It's gonna be one of my suggestions I've been given in the comments. Well, I don't know if I'm going to get around to that next episode, but I'm going to build an aquarium tomorrow in the next episode. I've built sort of like the outskirts of it, so laid out how big I want it to be and stuff. And then I'm gonna build the whole aquarium attraction itself and put all the fishies in it. And if we have time, I'll start working on the coaster that's going to be... I'm going to put a coaster actually at the back of the aquarium. I'm not sure that's probably good for the fish, but I'm not sure. Well, is that good for the fish? As long as it's a quiet coaster, yeah, right? Yeah. I'm going to put a coaster at the back of the aquarium, and it's going to be called the Redfish, because that was a suggestion I got, because my channel's obviously called the Roller Coaster Redfish. Anyway, back to the theming we're doing here. That room had magma blocks on the floor. I think they're called magma blocks, aren't they? That room had magma blocks on the floor, and I did that because I wanted to have fire effects, but I didn't want to have lava because, I mean, that's really unrealistic. What parks do you go to that actually have lava in the park? Yeah, I don't think many. So I was going to use flint and steel to have a fire effect. Then it turned out that that it lags so much. Yeah, I mean, I'm not on a great computer, I'm on a laptop for this series, I do apologise. You'll notice in the POV at the end, it's not the smoothest of things. I've done my best to try and make it look smooth by altering the speeds and stuff, but yeah, it's not the greatest runner. It's enough, and these time lapses you don't notice it. And then that room I built a big cage, and then the story behind that cage is, as you'll see, it's dead tatty and it's got like bars missing, so it's almost as though like someone could have escaped the cage. So it's sort of early on pointing out that, you know, someone's escaped, that's not probably good. And now we've got just random skulls laying about. Maybe this person who escaped has left these skulls as they have escaped, which is starting to build the anticipation. And then we've got these cages, which are the main dungeon part. This is like one of the main rooms in the dungeon, the biggest room of them all, as you pass by these cages. And I am going to fill these cages in a minute, you'll see that in probably about 20 seconds. I went online and found an armor stand generator because, funnily enough, I'm not great at commands. So yeah, I've gone online, found an armor stand generator. I've used that to build my skeletrons, and they're coming in now. There you go, paste him in. I have another one in there, and then the third one I didn't want to put one in because I felt like that would probably overrun it. Now I'm putting armour on. The chainmail's probably just the closest to skeleton looking as I could get it. I don't know. I could have made it invisible, I suppose. That might be something I do actually off camera. Respawn them in, but invisible, and just use chainmail, because then they'll look even more like a skeleton. Because at the minute they're a skeleton with a wooden spine, and that's not too realistic, is it? And now it's just once again making the whole place look old. I'm going to put another one in here, and this is the finale piece now. This is the fella who's escaped. He's like the ultimate skeleton. He's a black skeleton that's still alive. I would have tried to make him move, but once again it's just the lag problems. And that may be a theme in this series, hopefully not though. But if I manage to get better computer and stuff, then obviously I'll start going back to attractions like this and making them better. But yeah, for now, there's just that fella who's stood there looking threatening. And then this room, I don't know why there's a flower just being thrown on the floor, but this room has like actual player heads to make it seem like they've been killed not too long ago, which really ups the anticipation for what's coming next. And also you'll notice I'm putting the coral in, the dead coral. Not really a reason for that. I suppose there's not really such thing as dungeon plants that grow on stone, but I just thought it made the whole place look older, didn't it? So yeah, that's the reasoning behind that. And then obviously redstone floors, cobwebs make it look old again, look not been cleaned in ages. And yeah, that's basically it. So now we're gonna go for a walkthrough of the ride itself, and then when we get back. When we get on the ride, I'll say goodbye. But yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. It's been another great episode inside my Minecraft world, and here we go on the Dungeons attraction. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.